Hello and welcome to Mama's Garden. So today I am going to be transplanting my Coleus plants into this. I started this Coleus plant about 2 weeks ago, and this is the rainbow variety mix. These two were actually started at the same time, but these got so crammed into the container that it was in, and it wasn't being watered regularly, that it stopped growing, but now it's growing. Coleus plants are both indoor and outdoor plants, but when it's outside, it does not tolerate a lot of sunlight. So it's best to bring it in when it gets too hot. Some varieties of Coleus can withstand full sun, but most varieties prefer partial shade. So if you'd like to have these outdoors, it's best to leave it in shade because they don't really like that much sunlight. You can burn these plants if you leave them out in the sun for too long. And also you can bring these back in before it gets too cold, because these, once it get 50 degrees, well below 50 degrees, these things will die. So you can, once it starts to get cold, just go ahead and bring it indoor as a house plant. I'm just separating these. But these Coleus leaves can, not Coleus, these Coleus plants can live for anywhere from 3 to 4 years. I do plan on pinching off a few of the tops just so I can make this a little bit bushier, because they grow pretty tall. I think like 3 feet. So that's pretty tall. And I do have more than I intended. So next month is Mother's Day. A lot of people are going to get some Coleus plants. Hopefully they get tall enough by then. Look at that. It's not really that many roots to it. Alright, so I'm just going to put, well, maybe I'll start in front. Just going to put a little hole there. And plop it right in there. I'm growing so many things that I don't have that many containers left. So they are going to go into this, and I know they're going to grow fast in here, but it beats having them stay into this. I'm going to need a little bit more soil there. There we go. Now, I've never propagated this, but I did read online that you guys can propagate this. So I think when it gets a little bit taller, what I'm going to do is pinch the top off and propagate that piece. I'm wearing gloves, not because I want to. I actually like doing this without gloves, but these are actually very poisonous if ingested, but not ingested only, but if you touch it, it can also cause skin rashes and, you know, other irritations like that. So I'm gonna use this. My skin is very sensitive, and I don't know if it causes skin rashes when it's mature or at this state, so I'm just gonna be safe than sorry. And I actually think I might remove the first set of leaves, the little cotyledon leaves. And I'm gonna just bury it up to that part. For those of you that don't know, cotyledon leaves are just the first set of leaves that emerges. They're not the true leaves. The true leaves, as they emerge, those are considered the adult or leaves, or the plant leaves. I should have started them off in here. The cotyledon leaves are really just there to bring energy to the seed so that the seed can germinate. So eventually those cotyledon leaves will no longer be needed, and it will eventually fall off. So I'm done with that first tray that you guys seen, and I'm working on that second one, which was a little bit smaller. The first one I think had about 40 or 45 plants on it, and majority of it fit on the first tray, and only a little bit was left over for this tray. So I'm just gonna fill the rest of this tray up with the rest of the little Coleus that was left over. I know I said something earlier about the gloves, but you guys, it is important that you make sure that your animals do not eat this plant because it can be very deadly for them. In fact, this plant is very deadly for animals if they do eat it. So if your animals like to enjoy the fruits of your labor, just make sure that this flower isn't planted next to it. I know it's kind of weird that something like this would be created, but when I was reading up on the history of this plant, it stated that back in the ancient times, they used to use this to help treat heart diseases like high blood pressure and chest pain. And it was also used to help treat respiratory diseases like asthma. There's a chemical inside of the Coleus root called forskolin. It really determines on the amount that's consumed, that determines whether it's deadly or beneficial. I don't really plan on consuming it at all. I just want to have it just for the looks because it's a real beautiful plant. And as I mentioned earlier, I got the rainbow variety mixed. So I'm excited to see how they turn out. I do plan on putting as many of these flowers as I can in my mom's garden just for the aesthetics. I want to play with the colors and I know my mother would love it. And the rest I'll either give away, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on the growth of these Coleus plants as they get bigger. I had a few Coleus seedlings that couldn't fit into the trays, so I went ahead and put it into the deep bowl that you guys see over here. It's still gonna grow. They're not gonna get smothered and or root bound. They're not gonna get stunted in this because it's deep. I hope you guys like this video. I hope this information helped someone. I hope I wasn't just rambling to you guys. This is the end of the video, you guys, and if you did like the video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Definitely hit the bell so you won't miss the next video. I'll see you guys next time.